Hey YouTube and Reddit, Senator32 here again with another coin grading challenge video. Received a lot of good feedback from the episode the other day, and so figured since I'm doing this anyway as a practice to improve my grading skills, figured why not just continue to make these videos. We'll do one page a day, which is what I've generally done, which is 25 coins. It's made a couple changes since last time. One is I've raised the mic volume a little bit. People were saying it was a little low. Let me know how it sounds now. And yeah. Other than that, let's get going. So, first coin today, we've got a Jefferson nickel, really clean. It's a 1958 Denver, fairly modern coin. Got to think I mean it's very high grade, or it's at least gem. There's no big marks anywhere. It's probably superb gem at least. It's mint state, so we're not looking at like a proof coin or anything like that. Um, I know full number of steps here in Monticello are a big thing for Jefferson collectors. I think this would qualify. It's got a very defined steps all the way through. A little weakness here in the center, but I'm not sure if that's enough to make it not qualify because it looks like it might continue through. One, two, three, four, five. So at least five steps. So I'd say, uh, yeah, MS68. I mean, it's got really nice color up at the top, no real marks, and at least five steps. MS68, five steps. All right. Let's see. Let's see how wrong I am. Okay, MS67, and they don't give a full steps designation or not. Um, okay. Well, I guess these hits on the back were a little more grade limiting than I thought. All right. Well, here we go. Next. All right. We've got a very nice Morgan dollar. I mean, the first impressions, are really important when looking at a coin, and I mean, immediately like the way this looks. I mean, incredible luster. This is a gem, like straight off. You're like, this is at least a gem. Um, it's better than a gem. I mean, look, usually you get a lot of hits under the wings. There's nothing there. Completely clean up top. Um, wow, really clean cheek. Um, it's a 79 plain. Wow. What do you guys think? I mean, I think this is a 67, 60. It could even be a 68 coin, considering it's so clean. I guess, no, there's a little scuffing here, which I think maybe precludes it from 68. All right, let's to keep things moving along. Let's do 67. I mean, that looks just like a superb gem, amazing Morgan that anybody would love to own. Um, Bottom bar, 66 plus. Huh. So they even like that. Wow, they were on the other end of all that. I mean, we're close, but there must be additional marks that are harder to see. Anyway, all right. Well, let's put the bar back up and next. Oh, sorry, it's sliding down a little today. Here we go. Another Morgan, 1878 Carson City issue. Actually, pretty nice. Again, very nice Carson City issue. A lot of these are so bagged up. Um, Getting real clean on the back. Definitely a gem reverse. And honestly, as clean as it is on the cheek, the only real problem is here. But I don't think that's enough, especially with how clean that cheek is. Uh, but I do think that's not going to let it go much higher. I would say 60, 65. Yeah, what do you guys think? All right, here we go. 66 plus. Okay. Man, I'm off on my Morgans a little bit today. But they thought this was really nice, and it does. I mean, it looks very lustrous. I bet you in hand this is just a blazer, and the cheek is really, really clean, which can add a point or two, if because that makes all Morgans look nicer when the cheek there is clean. All right. Next, see if we get some variety. Oh, here we go. We got a chain scent. 1793. It's the with period version. I think there's different versions. Some that don't have this. It's actually pretty freaking nice. This is a coin. I mean, I think any U.S. collector would love to have in their collection just because they're so expensive. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars. And in this condition, I bet it's at least $10,000. Because what I mean, what we got full Liberty, really well defined. The color's actually pretty decent. Now I know I hate rim bumps. These are some pretty fucking awful ones. Excuse my language, but I think that's acceptable for this era. Also, all of the CoinFacts streamed coins I found out are going to be non-details coins. We won't receive, so we have to assume it's not going to be rim damage. And even so, and that's right on the line to me, but that's probably okay for this type of issue. Reverse again, fully defined chain. Whew, I'm thinking VF. The reason being is because you've got the full legend. You can see 1793. You actually see some hair detail, but you start to really lose it on the front. The reverse though is so strong. I mean, I think this is a like a VF 30 VF. Let's go with VF 30. I don't think it's XF, and maybe 35. No, I mean it's hard. Let's do VF. Let's do VF 30. Here we go. Yeah, boom, brown. Oh, I didn't say a color designation, but man, this is a beauty right here. Um, mm, okay. Next coin. At least we're getting some variety. It's not all Franklin's today. Oh wow. Here's a coin that I am not familiar with at all. What is this? Some Massachusetts copper or Colonial copper of some sort. Um, yeah, this is. I know some of you will know exactly what this is right off the bat. I think I've seen these, but I'm in this grade. I don't know. It's definitely low grade. I mean, and the surfaces, man, it makes you wonder. It almost doesn't look. It looks environmentally damaged. It's probably a dug coin. Um, well, I'd say it's fine 12, good 8. What is it? It's got fine rims, but let's say fine 12. Oh man, but I would normally maybe think it was environmentally damaged. Okay, 15. So we're not that far off. All right, black bar on. Next. Oh, that's a pretty coin. Hmm. So we got an 1883 Liberty Head nickel, the no cents variety, because it doesn't say cents on the back. Really clean. These sort of lines you'll see here sometimes on really high-end coins are die polish marks. If you notice, they don't go from the fields to the devices. They stop and then continue in a perfect parallel lines on the other side. These do not technically affect the grade, though I'll say that at some point when they get really obnoxious, they do affect the eye appeal, which at the end of the day is why why you should buy coins with good eye appeal. Really, this is an all-here coin. You can see in the stars in the front, all struck up really well. More die polishing in the front, yet enough that it's starting to bug me a little bit. So I mean, I wouldn't put this up in the superb gem category. In fact, that amount of them, I would, I'd want to lock it in. I mean, it's a gem. I'm gonna say 65. Reason is it's all there, but just the eye appeal's not all there for me. It really shouldn't affect the grade, but not my favorite. If I was buying a 67, let's say, I wouldn't necessarily buy one that looked like that. All right, let's look. All right, 66. So they liked it a little more. All right. Well, again, at least we're getting some good variety today. Moving on. Oh man, I actually want to buy one of these. Neat coin, really neat coin. The 1893 Isabella quarter. It's one of the first commemoratives, and actually the only commemorative quarter for a long time. Beautiful toning on this. This one's awesome. Like I would love to own this one. It's definitely mint state. The front toning, I mean, could be better. The back tone is kind of nice with this iridescent color in the middle. No real marks. I mean, I think, and they're well struck, like most all commemoratives are. With the toning being kind of splotchy in the front, I'm just going to say a safe, because I'm not as good at grading these. A safe grade for me would be MS65. So let's see. 66 plus. Okay, so it is definitely a gem, but it must be just really awesome in hand. And yeah, it's a pretty coin. That's a pretty coin. All right. Oh, here we go. $3 gold. Wow. All $3 gold is expensive. Even in this sort of, well, I say lower grade. This is definitely a mint state coin. You can tell if you look at the. I always look up here at the kind of the part of the wreath with all these individual bits, and on the different parts of the wreath here that are high, the high points of the design. You can see real fast that this does not have any wear on it. It's really well struck up even. It's not a proof, though it might be a little proof-like. See how dark the fields are? Um, Definitely not a proof. Um, Pretty clean. I mean, but definitely got hits. I mean, this is, I guess it's choice. 63. Um, yeah, because 60, it's nicer than a 62. 62, you'd see more chatter. Um, 65, you'd expect a lot of this to be cleaned up and there not be so much chatter in the fields, especially on the back here on the reverse by the $3. Let's see. 63 plus. Okay. So we're close on that. You also notice a copper spot here. Copper spots are not necessarily bad. In fact, they show a coin, old gold coin hasn't been dipped or messed with. They're kind of in vogue now for CAC and other places. As long as the copper spot's not like horrible. I had a coin once, $20 gold piece with all in the reverse, just massive copper spots that were really distracting. And in that case, you might want to look at it conserved by one of the professional coin conservation places because it actually does make a difference. Okay. Moving right along, Franklin's. Oh, yeah, we got a. Oh no, sorry, I'm giving you guys a preview of some of the coins coming up. That's how much I dislike the Franklins. I'm just joking. Franklins are great. Okay, so let's try to apply what we learned last night grading a lot of Franklins. Pretty clean overall, no real hits. Got some toning. The toning could be better, but at least I mean it's not dipped, it's not cleaned. That's nice. Um, I see. I just do not think this is full bell lines. Like that's what I kept getting wrong last night. But I'm gonna stick to my guns and say this is not full bell lines. But other than that, this is like a 67. Like this is super original. There's no mark. Oh, nope. Sorry, I just caught a big old gash right there. Oh man, because it's on the reverse. Let's just knock it down a point. Let's do 66. Not full bell lines. 66 plus full bell lines. So one of these days, you guys will watch. I'm gonna get a full bell lines correct. Maybe it's easy to see these in hand. It's just really, really hard from these photos. All right, as the preview before, now we get to do a 1876 trade dollar. Okay. Well, right off the bat, it's a mint state example. Some of the things I look for immediately are the grain detail here. I mean, it's just all there. You'll also see the stars really well struck up along the front. Eagles really, got that beautiful luster here that you can tell this coin has on the back. In fact, this is a pretty high grade coin. Marks on the top though. Marks. I mean, you got some significant chatter marks, and then really kind of duskiness in the front, and a pretty, what looks to be a fairly large hit on the face. I mean, that precludes gem in my eyes. So I'm thinking 64 because I think it has a lot of luster. You can tell from this picture; it's just going to swirl. I bet the front does too. It's just kind of under this dark toning, and it's all there, and no egregious like big hits. So yeah, 64. Okay, 64 plus. Hey man, anytime I can get it within a half point of them, I am a-okay. Uh, huh. Yeah, all right. We don't get to see a lot of trade dollars. That's nice. Next. Oh wow, this is a pretty coin. 1913 S Buffalo nickel. Wow, really, really nice. Um, Really good color, especially here on the buffalo's head, all struck up. So I mean, first things first. We're talking about a mint state coin here, like no doubt. Especially with these, you got to remember, these are the Type 1 with the raised mound here, and if it gets anywhere This is so raised up. This just gets obliterated quickly. You can really see wear really quick on these. Later with the Type 2s, they lowered this and recessed this area, and it was a lot better, and it's not as good of a point to look for wear. But as far as marks, I mean, I definitely see a mark here, and I see a pretty big gouge on the obverse on the Indian on the front. Um, Other than that, it's super clean. But to me, like the hit here and the hit here, in kind of noticeable areas, I'm gonna have to say 65, because I do think it's a gem. I think it's a really nice looking coin, especially with the color. But I don't know. Let's see how wrong I am. Oh, very, very wrong. 67. So I think superb gem. Um, okay. I mean, again, it's not my series necessarily. I mean, it is a really nice looking coin, and the eye appeal does look awesome. But just sometimes with big hits like that in the prime focal areas, I think that kind of takes out superb gem in my mind in most coins. But hey, again, this is a small coin. This could be basically unnoticeable in hand. Okay, moving right along. All right. So we had a really nice Barber half last night that looked very, very similar to this, if you recall, or the last episode. It was, I believe, an MS67 Plus. This one looks like it could have been out of the same collection. I mean, it's very similarly toned, no marks anywhere. It looks maybe a little dull, but I guess first things first. We're dealing with a mint state coin here. You can see the stars are completely struck up. I mean, this is a high mint state coin. This is a gem. All the designs there, every little detail. One way that you can tell natural toning, by the way, from artificial toning, a good indicator, is if you look here at the bottom of like where it says quarter, or even on the date here, which says 1892. Do you see how there's a shadow? It's almost like the stroke effect in Photoshop, where you have a shadow to it. This is very hard to duplicate, almost impossible with any sort of artificial quick toning. You can see it on the stars too, basically like a little shadow of all the designs. So that's something to look for. Something I look for to make sure you got legit toning. All right. Well, that aside, so I think the toning's nice. It wouldn't necessarily be the coin I'd buy. I kind of think it's a little much. Um, let's say, well, the other one was 67 plus. Let's. I think this is up there as well. I think this is like a 67. Um, so let's see. Boom. That one, I'm shocked I got that one right on, but that's awesome. That's a sweet coin. I bet you in hand this coin is just amazing. All right, moving right along. Oh yeah, the Norris medals. These have always been cool because of course, the shape of them more than anything else. I have no experience grading these at all. Um, so I mean, let's learn together. And again, I'm not overly familiar with the design because that looks like a pretty big old scratch on the breastplate. Um, Other than that, it looks pretty clean. It looks like decent old toning. Maybe hit up here in the top corner. I don't know. This is going to be a complete crapshoot, but because of the hit there in the top corner, I'm gonna. Well, it's clean. Other than that, 60, 64. I just don't think you can have big hits um, on the central figure and it still be a gem. But PCGS disagrees. 66 plus even. But I have no experience grading these coins. Still neat coins. I might have to pick one of them up eventually. It's kind of an interesting design and yeah, very neat. Why we're here to see coins we don't usually see. All right, moving right along. We've got ourselves another commemorative half. Another one. It's a Booker T. Washington. I am not good at grading these. I do not own one. So let's do this quickly. It looks mint state. It looks very clean. I know that a lot of these are still in high grade because they were made to be saved. They weren't really made for circulation in a lot of cases, or at least a lot of them were saved. I think it's probably a more accurate way to say that. 1951's a fairly modern coin. Let's say 67. It looks really nice. 66 plus. Okay, hey, you know what? Again, no experience grading these. I am a-okay with being that close. Oh, that's pretty. 1913 Philadelphia. Um, looks like a Type 1 with the raised mound here and all that stuff. Very clean. Oh, this one's prettier than the last one. No marks. Last one was a 66, wasn't it? Or 66 plus. Wow. Wow. Look how well it's struck up in the back. I mean, it's almost like a proof, but it's not a proof with the color here. Wow. That's one of the prettiest Buffalo nickels I've ever seen. Um, with that in mind, how about we shoot for the fences and say this is like a 68? Like, this looks like a perfect coin to me. I don't know what's going on up there, but I guess that's how the strike was. It was really tight. Wow, that's really nice. 67 plus. Okay, so it is a Wundercoin. My goodness. What? That's what we're gonna see a lot too. Is some of the nicest coins that get imaged through here. Stuff that you and I could never afford to buy, but it's fun to be able to look at. This is a great example. Beautiful. Oh wow. You don't usually see a lot of Walking Liberty halves with really beautiful, beautiful toning. Um, this is 1947 D, Denver. Really high grade. See if it's. I'm having trouble determining whether or not it's proof or mint state based. I think if it was proof, these would be a lot more mirror in this type of photo. It's the one nice thing about having the same type of photo on all these all being true views is that they're standardized. I'm gonna say mint state. That is some great color, but I mean you got some friction and stuff in there too. These are always hard to grade too because the high point of the design's in the center and it hides a lot of scratches. Nothing really on the sun. I do think the toning helps this coin. I think it actually benefits it pretty substantially, especially when the sell price. I bet you the sells for multiples of the book. I mean, it's a fairly common coin, right? 47. Well, I don't know. 47D might not be. I think it is. Hmm. Okay, let's say 66. I think it's better than gem, but I think this kind of holds it back here on the obverse. Maybe that's just toning, but it's hard to tell. 67 plus. My goodness. Yeah, that's an expensive Walking Liberty right there. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right. Moving right along. The 44 plain. I don't think this one's as nice. I mean, the toning's pretty, don't get me wrong, but it's not as pretty. And this kind of looks like gunk there. Looks like there might be some hits in the central area, very small ones. Really well, good strike. I don't know, but I don't think it's as nice. I'd say I'd give this one 65. Say it's a gem coin with some good color. Still gonna sell for more than book, but 67. Wowzer. So yeah, these are. I will confess that Walking Liberties are not going to be my strong suit. I always misgrade them due to their design. Same thing with St. Gaudens, $20 in a lot of cases. Okay, moving right along. Oh wow, that's pretty. See, those are the coins you want to buy to, by the way. When you first look at the coin, first time you see it, you just go, "Oh wow!" Like that's gorgeous. Um, First question: is it proof or is it mint state? I think it's pretty clear that it's mint state because there's not enough. It definitely looks mint state in the front fields. There's not enough cameo contrast. But, oh wow, this is nice. This is really well struck up and it is really well preserved. Certainly a gem. And this is another case where the color helps it. I say this color's stronger on the front than it is the back, but it's fine. And again, something that with combined with the luster is going to look really pretty. Wow, this is one of the nicest trade dollars I've ever seen. A common date, 1877 San Francisco, but damn, I'd have to say, wow. I mean, this is another. It's going to be a very high end coin. 67. I mean, it looks like 67 Morgans at the time, as far as its cleanliness. Let's see. 66 plus. Okay, so it's right up there. I wonder what held it back, because I just don't see anything. See what looks to be dye polish marks in the field there, but they're light. Um, hmm, wow. This is the coins we want, people. Oh, man. So pretty. Hey, that's I don't know a lot about the commemorative half-dollar series. It's never been my series, but certain coins just have eye appeal. And the first thing when when I see this is like that has the eye appeal. It just has a little bit of toning, enough that accents the design in a really interesting way. Kind of like the sun rising here and accessing the Peleus cap um, on Liberty here, Peleus, excuse me. Um, Uh, Man, again, I always get these wrong. Very clean, gem-ish coin. Some marks there, though. And a mark there. And a big mark there. And a big mark there. Uh, I'm not sure. Well, it gets gem, but just barely. I think if any of those marks were bigger, and if it didn't have the nice color, it might be a 64. But let's say 65. 67. Well, I really undergrade these um, halves. Interesting. Okay. Next. All right. We're going to do a 1909 Philadelphia VDB. Wow. Another example of a coin that you just should buy. This is really nice. It's a Is it a proof? Proofs are really I think proofs are really rare, but look at how square. Oh man, I think this is a proof. I've It's certainly red, with a beautiful color, but I think it's enough to be straight up red. Um, a little spot there, scratch across the face there. Let's say proof 66 red. Wow, that's a pretty penny. Proof, we're right. Proof 67 plus red. Wow, that is incredible. Probably very expensive coin. The reason I thought it was a proof right off the bat is because Lincoln penny, the business strikes, in general, this works on almost all coins, aren't struck like this. Look at the where it says trust and gotta be trust, how it's curved down because of the striking pressure, and how the rims here are completely squared off along the edges. And especially you can see it down here between the design aspects too. It's very deep and concave. I mean, it completely squared off on the rims, back and front. Same intensely deep strike. All the details are there. Look at Lincoln's hair, and even the face and the. I mean, this is all there. Incredible coin. Wow. Okay. Oh wow. Again, I'm not good at the commandments, but this is a pretty freaking coin. Beautiful toning that again complements the design. Really, really nice. I mean, the others have been like MS67s. I don't know enough, and it's clean otherwise. I'm just gonna stick with the other ones. MS67, MS68. I mean, I can't get one of these right, but you know what? They are pretty. I can understand it. That's a very pretty coin. All right, seated coinage. Gotta love it. Seated quarter. Oh man, an 1838. That's the no drapery, if memory serves. Yeah, yeah. So there's an extra bit of cloth that Liberty gets here a little bit later. Um, Looking at it, this is an amazing coin. And again, you might, after looking at some of those shiny, more modern coins, it might not look it, but like look at how original this coin is. You've got all the stars fully struck through. And some of the first things I look through, the shield. The shield is defined on this coin like very few are. It's just amazing. Fully struck up date. No real distracting marks anywhere. I mean, this is a completely well struck quarter. Look at the back. Really, it's just all there. Now, I will say, the toning is not the world's most attractive, you're not going to run home and talk about this toning, but it's original. It hasn't been dipped. It doesn't, hasn't gone all white and gray. Oh man, and there's really no marks on it at all. I mean, I think this is, whew, wow. This is another example of a really expensive coin, probably, because it's mint state and it's high mint state. How about we go with mint state 66 plus? Maybe 66 plus? Because it's really nice and really original. It gets the plus for me because of originality. All right, 66 plus. I'm going to go with it. Here you go. 65 plus. Well, it was a plus. They like the color and stuff, I guess, too. But, interesting. Alrighty. Moving right along, guys. We'll keep this going. Okay, so we got a 3-cent nickel. Immediately, I'm kind of not liking it for multiple reasons. The front looks like we got wear right in the front, in the center. I mean, it's shiny, don't get me wrong, but it looks at the back there. Now I'm wondering, that's in the same spot. These had a lot, these are such small coins, they have a lot of die clashes, and you get some strike through on the design. But I don't know, the whole thing kind of looks slightly circulated to me. It looks like an AU58, kind of like we were talking about in the Morgans in the last episode. When you see a coin that's just totally shiny and all there, except has some apparent wear. I don't know. These are some hard to grade coins, but I'm gonna say AU58 just because I mean, if I bought a mint state coin, I wouldn't want it to look like this. That even looks like there's some that leaks out to the cheek, but who knows? Let's see. Oh wow. Okay, so this is an example of being completely wrong. They not only think it's mint state, they think it's like a 66 gem. So this must be a process of striking, a problem with strike through. There's no other explanation. And other than that, it must be just super clean. I mean, it is super clean, but even with these marks, I don't know. I think if I blind bought a 66, I would not want this coming in the mail. But again, it's probably mint struck or mint as made. Wow. All right. Well, you learned something. At least I did. Let's see next. Oh, nice. Another nice Walker. Again, beautiful coins. I'm horrible at grading them. So let me get this one wrong real fast. Big marks in the field. Mark down here by Liberty's foot. Pretty clean. Other than that, some nice toning. Little subtle toning. Back seems to be all there. 41D. Small mark here. Huh. These front marks like really seem to be the biggest distractor. Can't tell if there's anything in here. It looks like there might be some chatter, but not bad. This seems to be really it. And look how flatly struck this back hand is. This is why I find these really hard to grade. Because this is a mint state coin. You can kind of tell from all the other things. But that's such a flatly struck area. It's crazy. Okay, so with these 64, I think that really holds back. I wouldn't want to... the back's really nice, though. The back's like a 60 freaking 7. But the front's like a 64. And I think the obverse carries more weight. Maybe you know what? Then I think maybe we make it just barely gem. Because there's not really big marks. There's just this. This is 65. And 67 plus. Told you. Not the best of these, but that's... It's a very high grade for a coin with marks. Alright, moving right along. Oop. Well, I think the cat's out of the bag on that one. I moved the screen down a little too far. So, I mean, right off the bat, what do we notice? Really nice Morgan, semi-proof like kind of dark fields. It's 84cc, almost proof like, but probably not quite. Really very decent cheek. We already saw part of it. 66 plus. So why is this a 66 plus? Might see some lines and stuff in here. If you look, all these are die breaks. It's a die break there, and if you see around the edge, the die is in kind of a terminal state where it's definitely starting to fail. Same thing on the back, though I will say there's some marks here but that doesn't preclude it. Sometimes even up to 67, you can see some chatter underneath the wing. Die breaking over here as well. Interesting. Beautiful coin. Uh, Sorry for the flub up on the grade there. Um, but actually, funny enough, that's the last one. So we got to review them the last one together. Um, Thank you guys for watching this. I know they can be long-winded, and I can just sit here and ramble, but please join the discussion at /rcoins over on Reddit, and look forward to more of these in the future if you guys like them. Thanks, guys.